everybody, Adam Savage here, and I am with Ted in the Armor Conservation Lab at the Met. This is just regularly one of my favorite places in the world.
I like it here.
I've experienced so much joy standing at this very table. You have assembled not necessarily a representative group of anything except oddities and fascinating curiosities.
That's a good way of describing it. It's my gee whiz neato stuff. Most of them are combination weapons.
That's what I was going to say. They look. I saw the whip and the tube, and I thought, okay, this looks like weapons that do more than one thing.
It's no ordinary whip. So I want to start with this little guy. Okay. So this is a French spanner, and a spanner is for winding a wheel lock. And it just so happens, I'll use this one. I've got a wheel lock right here.
Okay.
On an axe. Okay.
So a wheel lock is a kind of early black powder pistol.
Or carbine or long gun, but it's a lock.
Right.
Okay.
A firearm.
And it works on the principle of you have a wheel. Mm-hmm. We could have guessed that.
Yeah.
And this jaw in which you'd put a piece of iron pyrites. Mm-hmm. And then down there you see there's a serrated part at the top of the wheel. Inside the lock, and this is a really good example of it, there's a big old spring and a chain attached to the wheel. So when I crank the wheel with my spanner,
a wheel spanner,
I put the spring under tension.
Gotcha.
When I pull the trigger, the spring pops down, and that chain briefly spins the wheel. It's not like anything like that. It just grinds across the bottom of the iron pyrites, which is in place like that, inside a pan full of powder, firing igniting the lock, and ideally igniting the charge inside the barrel, which
would then come
is
out
right there.
Oh my God.
You got to take that little guy out. And after you've shot someone, you can still fight with an axe.
But you're not going to get a second shot off.
Not without some time. Yeah. No, it's a one-shot deal. It hangs from your belt. Is it a good axe? Is it a good pistol? Is it really cool? And do you want to show your friends? And you're the sort of Medici who would go around with an axe pistol on your belt. Then that's pretty cool.
I feel like it was cool then for the same reasons it's cool now.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
May I lift?
Yeah, please.
I also, Sean, your colleague Sean and I were just doing a video about crossbows.
Yep.
And one of the things I found most lovely about the crossbows was all the belt hooks. I didn't know how many belt hooks there were in these times, but I'm super into all the ways in which everyone wanted to hang their weapons off their belt.
Or potentially off your saddle.
Sure.
Things like that. You got to keep them handy.
Still, I just, I did not expect to come here seeing several hundreds of years old belt hooks.
Belt hooks.
Okay.
So the spanner, fits on like that.
Yep.
And this one is probably, it has 3 differently sized holes. So maybe it's like a versatile tool. Right. And it is a versatile tool because it also has a screwdriver. On this side, as a decorated little
they look like dragon heads on everything.
And, because that's not enough, it's a powder measure. You pour powder in to a set number. You know that for this range or this type of game or whatever, I need a number 7. So you go, okay, number 7, pour your powder in, pour it into your barrel. It's all pre-measured. And
so instead of buying specialty bullets for different game, they just used different projectiles, and they had charts for which powders worked best for this execution or that execution.
I don't know if they had charts.
I would say institutional knowledge.
The ball that's you squeeze down, there you go. The ball is gonna fit that barrel. So you would have had a ball mold, a bullet mold for each thing. Or, if you knew you had a bunch of guns that all were the same size, you could probably use the same one. But the idea is you would want to have the ball fit as closely as possible. But you would want to measure out powder, on your own experience. You probably, artillery guys would have had charts.
Yeah.
Right? Like the big cannons, they would say, I need to shoot my ball this far. I do my math, I need this much powder. But for, going hunting, it was more about just kind of being consistent and measuring your powder.
This is so amazing. This
it's really cool.
Spring for our lizard to be able to move up and down.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So I picked this out as sort of my starting point, like a Swiss Army knife, right?
It set our level for multiphasic tools.
Exactly. We're going to start there, and we're going to get a little weirder as we go along. But I think that like a really good multi-tool or Swiss Army knife, it'd be kind of like, hey, check it out. You know, I've got this thing handy. Here's my screwdriver, spanner, powder measure. How do you take that up a notch? You take it up with this bad boy. All right, so this is a powder flask. The shape of this derives from, in fact, the shape of an antler.
Sure.
Which would be hollowed out and used
as a powder horn.
As a powder horn.
Right. It's like we've seen that on everything. There's people with a horn. Yeah,
cow horns or deer horns.
So it's a gold or gilded version.
It's a gilded brass, and they don't need to make it this shape, but it's traditionally this shape. And it has a spring-loaded little nozzle here. So what you would do is you turn it like so, and it fills with a measured amount of powder with this control, which opens a valve inside there.
Gotcha.
And then once it's filled, you pour that measure into your barrel, so you get an exact charge. But wait, there's more. Right here, it's a little bit broken. This is a spring-loaded ball carrier.
Oh, pulls out one ball at a time.
There's a reservoir in here for balls.
So this was both for your ball and your powder.
But wait, there's more.
This is the best. Oh, you could make a phone call.
Close. It's a clock. Now, the clock mechanism is gone, sadly, but we have the clock face and this little guard that would have protected the hands behind there so you could tell time.
Oh my God.
But because clocks are notoriously unreliable in those days, it's also a sundial with a compass in it.
This is just exactly like one of those semi-useful tools from Brookstone.
Exactly like that. And I thought about digging one out and just having it there. I have one that's got 6 screwdrivers and a hammer, none of which I've ever used.
Listen, I just want to say to the Brookstone people, like this is the coolest screwdriver spanner wrench I will ever see. And maybe
be a hard
should
time.
be thinking about this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Brookstone of the Renaissance.
Now, this is gives new meaning to the term pistol whipping. It is clearly a whip.
It is clearly a whip.
And it's a nice little riding whip, but it's also a pistol. But it's an odd one. Okay, you can see the muzzle opening there. But
is that if your horse really misbehaves?
Yeah. I told you, Dobbins. I told you. So you load it normally, charge and everything in there. But it is, in fact,
a breech loader?
A percussion.
Oh, a cap.
So you'd mount a cap right on there. And then this is the really crazy bit. You prime it by pulling back on that. And now the spring in here is a bit worn out. It's doesn't really work anymore. But to fire it, you'd screw it back on. You'd prime it when you're ready. And
so it just comes up and hits the cap.
A plunger that's not really going hard enough or far enough anymore, but it would hit the cap and fire it. This might have actually worked, like when it was new.
Sure.
I think this is not nearly so impractical as some things. This might actually have been a pretty useful thing. It's this is Indian, late 18th, early 19th century.
Because the threading looks magnificent. Like the parts are really beautifully constructed.
And it's, this is nice wrapping.
Absolutely.
And nice winding on there. I think the spring is just shot.
Yeah.
Is the main problem.
So this would be for your you have a horse-drawn carriage and you're transporting valuable cargo.
Could be, yeah.
Take care of the horse, take care of the brigands.
You got at least one shot.
All of these are, I believe, probably going to be that.
Just one shot.
Okay.
Now this one, I'm not even sure you've got one shot. This thing is so bizarre.
This looks like it's you put coals in it, it heats your bed.
A bedpan, not bad. Yeah, it's supposed to be an axe, but if you unscrew the handle, which is not a great way to get a quick shot off, and then this is the reason I really wanted to put this in here and show it to you. You undo this, and there's your lock.
Oh wow!
And here's your mainspring. So when you pull the hammer back, can you see the spring going to tension there?
Oh, so the handle is your barrel. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's your muzzle.
So I'm swinging this axe at you and then pause while I pull off its handle.
Yeah. Sorry, would you hold on a moment? Yeah, I can't see this being very practical. And it's honestly, it's quite crude in its construction, but it does have the only axe blade containing a flintlock that I've ever seen. So you'd have a pan and powder and so on in there. The trigger is sadly quite deteriorated, and in fact, I think it's probably missing something.
I wish do we know about the maker of this at all?
I got nothing.
I mean, the human desire to show off cool trinkets and gadgets is clearly immeasurable and goes all the way back in time.
Everybody's doing it.
But I'm also fascinated by the person who's like, I am going to combine these things. That's really amazing.
Yeah. And they were putting guns onto all kinds of things. Like in this case, there is a sword with a gun barrel in the spine of the blade.
Built into this blade.
And then, let's see here. So we have this little hatch that opens up, revealing the wheel is in there and the hammer there that holds the iron priorities, and it closes like that. This is the trigger. I have not dismantled this. This is like a very recent acquisition.
Oh, and that's the winder in there. Is
you wind that in the wheel there. So I'm not sure what else going in here. This might be part of the like how you set it. It does come apart.
Yep.
So I need to take it apart and really work it out.
That's amazing.
But it's beautifully decorated. Again, this is really obviously very much the say, lads, what have you got? I've got a gun sword. Which I think is, I like the decoration, and I really, this is quite a good bit of metallurgy. Like to build the gun barrel into the sword like that, it's all one piece. There's no obvious like crude weld line or anything like that.
The opportunities for a welded barrel to split apart on something like this would be massive.
I would think so. But again, you're aiming like this, I guess. Like,
I like the idea that you stab him, and then for good measure, you pull off a shot.
That's what this is for, Adam. No. This bad boy is a double wheel lock spear. Now, given the size,
two guns.
You got one gun barrel on either side, wheel locked, and this quite wide blade. It's definitely a hunting head.
Right.
My guess would be this is probably intended for boar. Now, boar spears look like this. They tend to have like a cross piece on there because boar are vengeful, horrible monsters. And if you stab them, they will climb up the spear shaft to kill you. So you put a crossbar on there so they can't do that.
So they're literally like pulling the spear shaft into their bodies to come get you.
Evidently, they will just keep running up the shaft, and it's a grim way to go because they want to kill you. So I think this would probably stop that. But only not just because of its bulk, but because you can shoot them twice after you've stabbed them.
It's also, I'd like to get two shots off.
Yeah.
This is right out of Hellboy.
He absolutely should have had one of these. Or Fury Road too would have been good. And I really like this. I think it's one of my favorite things. I really like the etching on it and the gilding.
Etching is gorgeous.
And I just feel like of all the combination things, this one seems the most practical of all the ones we have.
It seems the least like a folly excursion of construction.
Yeah.
It's a very sound design. It's actually, when you handed it to me, I was surprised at how light it is compared to what I thought.
It's pretty workable, I think.
I just love also seeing from the rough wood and back and base to these reinforcing strips to this to the refinement of all this etching and gilding is wonderful.
It's pretty cool.
Wow.
We've got a bunch of boar spears, but this is, I think, our only one with 2 wheel locks added into it. So
insane.
Good quality piece. I would happily hunt boar with it.
The vengeful little bastards. Okay, and then
now this one is really strange. So this is a hunting sword, and in shape of the blade and the grip. And
it's
this
like a
part
machete.
here. Yeah, it's a very common shape, right? It was used for like cutting and serving the deer or the boar as you'd cut it. It is not common to have a calendar engraved, or rather etched, into the blade.
Are these religious holidays, days off?
It's the entire calendar.
Oh.
For the, I believe the year 1529, which is odd because the gun is dated 1540 or thereabouts. So this is clearly somebody has been mocking it up and adding things and changing it. But now you've got this wheel lock, really the same kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, winder.
Added barrel and calendar. So it's very useful. You can check the date. Is this a date for the serving of boar or deer? And then you can shoot anyone who argues with your menu choice. I think
you can answer the question, reach for your weapon, swine, or would you like to have dinner on Thursday?
Reach for your swine, weapon. So, yeah, here, why don't you get a chance at that.
Oh, look at this bone handle.
Antler, actually.
Antler, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
my God. That is...
Right?
I feel powerful holding this.
I like that thing.
This has a really nice... It's also got a spectacular balance to it. There's a lot of weight in that handle.
We have that on display normally.
Oh, really?
And I don't think a lot of people see it. I think they walk past it, which is too bad because it's bonkers.
Literally, wheel-lock pistols are my first stop every time I go to the V&A. That incredible cabinet, right? No. Now, I think that we're done with what's on this table, but you had something else.
I have one more thing. So I'm going to have to rearrange a little bit, and I'll get it out, and I'll pull it out.
I'm going to disappear for a sec.
Pause the...
All right, sir.
Okay.
This side up, what do we got?
After a brief but important pause, we're going to take the lid off. And this is...
A gun shield?
Of Henry VIII's bodyguard.
That's incredible.
So we have, there's about 60 or so of these that still remain.
60?
The Met has 2. Some are at the Tower of London, other royal sites, and then there's a group that were recovered from the Mary Rose. Worth a visit if you've never been. Very cool. And like the Vasa, have you been to the Vasa?
I have not.
Both of those.
Okay, I'll take, 100%.
Top-notch destinations. But we know it's Henry VIII's because it retains the yellow and red of his colors. Wow. They're described in the inventories and so on. This one seems to have been modified at some point. Like there's some obvious like repairs that have been done here.
Okay.
The wheel lock, it's actually a breech loading matchlock is identical to the other one that we have, which is upstairs on display. But you have the little viewfinder there.
Yeah, I thought that was how you looked through. Oh my gosh. Oh, you are in trouble, mister.
Yeah. So I suspect...
Who wants to put their face that close to a firing weapon?
No one. I suspect it's not much good as a gun or a shield. So in the exhibition that it's in right now, it's in the utility section. What is the purpose of a gun shield?
Right.
And it obviously is a shield. It's stout. You can see the wood planking,
it's
the
like
steel.
plywood almost, like opposing grain planks.
Yep. And then it's got this arm pad, and you could have held it in there. It certainly works as a shield.
Right.
And although it's not functioning now, the breech loading matchlock would have fired a bullet at an opponent. Probably not very accurate. It's not a great big shield. It's a little awkwardly heavy. So what is its real purpose? Its real purpose is being the king with 10 or 20 guys lined up on either side of you with gun shields.
Right.
Looking totally badass.
Yeah, no one's going to mess with you.
No one's going to mess with you.
It is a demonstration of martial power just by its existence.
Exactly. And at some point, the ones that were from the Mary Rose, they think had probably been modified to be mounted on the rails or something like that.
Right.
But the speculation is that these were from the bodyguard, and they would have been carried along and been fancy and awesome. And there's a group of them are made in Italy, and then the remainder were made in the UK. Local copying the Italian ones.
I really appreciate Henry VIII for saving so much of his cool crap for us.
He really did. And to his staff for writing it all down has been really helpful at the inventories upon his death. Sometimes they wrote things like, his favorite armor or whatever. You're like, well, which one is it?
Right.
But other times they were very detailed, and we know exactly there were still remaining in his possession when he died X number of wheel locks, X number of swords, X number of gun shields, whatever the case may be. And we can very often trace back actually to that exact thing, whatever it might be.
Is it rare for a piece that's this sort of unique for there to be so many of them?
Ooh. Interesting question. It kind of feels like that is sort of rare. I mean, we do have...
Because we know that they made tons of all sorts of different things, and yet so little remains in general.
I think it is rare in some senses in that, there were millions of munitions-grade helmets and breastplates made, and most of them were turned into, pots and pans and plowshares and battlefield rust.
Yeah.
On the other hand... Henry, I think, must have been a real pack rat, and his staff were real inventoriers, and the royal family just kept stuff around.
Right.
Still do, probably.
Yeah.
The same sort of thing in these old imperial collections where stuff got put away,
Yeah.
and it just stayed in the collection because at some point it goes from being like the attic full of junk to that's the state collection.
Right.
And now we don't throw that stuff away. We just keep it.
Right.
So you go to Madrid and in the attic, there's hundreds of crossbows, just hundreds of them of all different kinds. Because that's just where they ended up, you know? And so it's a little different for the Met where we had to go out and acquire everything. So we are very lucky to have 2 of these out of the 60. And I think the really even cooler one is on display right now in the galleries.
I really appreciate the gadget dive into medieval weapons, man. That is super, super cool. Dude, thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. One of my favorite things we make in our tested store are demerit badges. These are like scout badges, but for screwing stuff up, because screwing up is not just a part of the making process, it is intrinsic to it, and we like to celebrate that. We've got 27 so far in the Supervisors bundle that you can go buy right now by clicking on the link in the description, but we also have a booster pack of some brand new patches. This is the demerit badge for burning off your eyebrow. I am proudly sewing that to all of my clothes. This is the demerit badge for having a messy workbench, which I do not get today. My workbench is super clean. And we have new octagonal patches that are, merit badges. This is the merit badge for sweeping up your shop. Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. And this, oh my God, this is great. This is the merit badge for creating a clean space on your bench. Hey, we got to take our successes where they come and meet them there. Go to the tested-store.com or adamsavage.com to buy any of these or click on a link in the description.